everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jan and you are watching Jan FX. Today I'm going to make another technical analysis for a new trading week which will start on 4th of September 2016. And also I will tell you about the expert advisor you are asking me about, which is Line Trader, how you can get that. But before all of this, I have to warn you that Forex trading is a risky business. You can make money and you can also lose even more than you invested. So before you make any decisions, you have to ask a professional advice. And if you decide to trade, it's all at your own risk. And you take all responsibilities for any profits and losses you might have trading Forex live, and follow any of my videos. And my videos are only for informational purposes, and I share with you only my opinion and experience. So I have no responsibility for anything you decide to do. So if you agree, we can continue. If you disagree with the terms, please change the channel. So let's start with Line Trader. To find out how to get it, it's a free EA, and all you need to do is to go to my blog, which is janfx.com, and you can see it's /Line Trader, and all the instructions, how you can have it, how to install, download, and also a video how to use it. You can all find it on that blog. And so I'm not going to spend time on all of this in this video. And my next videos will be also weekly forecasts and predictions, technical analysis, and also I will be sharing with you the trades which I'm going to make during the week. So I will be telling you what I was doing, because now I'm back to trading, and it's September now, so hopefully there will be some good conditions and possibilities for making some trades. Okay, and now we start as usual with euro dollar, but first, as you remember, when you start trading a week, you have to go and check economic calendar and all the news what's going to happen this week. So of course there will be some news, and any pair you're going to trade, you need to check all the news for the pairs you're going to trade. So and there will be no major, let's say, news like for US dollar, for example, like non-farmers already we had. So this week nothing special is going to happen. Of course there will be some news, so that's what I'm saying, please check it out. And all the rules just as usual. I'm not just going to spend much time on it, because it usually take quite a bit of time. So, and starting with euro dollar now, you can see I have a 1 hour chart, and let's see what happened previous week again, and then we'll try to see what's going to happen next week. So as I'm saying, all my thoughts, what I think, and what I'm going to look at in this new trading week. So remember the previous week, this is the week we had, and I was making technical analysis for this week, and the main news was non-farm payroll, as I was saying. You can see this exactly what was happening on Friday. We had some news events, and I decided not to trade this week, because quite often I start my trading season, let's say that way, with news events, and I would usually trade non-farm, but this week I decided not to, because as you can see, the market was moving a little bit not as expected, so that's why I decided I wouldn't go into the trade. You can see it was moving down, and it had the candle, you can see it went up and then started to consolidate, and so I didn't like the conditions on the market. That's why I decided not to go for the trade. And also some of you are asking me, for example, in 2013 when I was making videos, I was trading and showing you the trades like with size 1 lot, And now you see all my videos, mostly I'm showing you very small lot sizes, and I'm doing this just because many of people are starting to also follow and trade, and on the small accounts without any experience, trying to place the same big lots, not using money management. That's why now I'm going to make the videos and show you the example of trades with money management and with a smaller lots, so you can see how you should trade really safely and with lower risk. You should not treat Forex as a high and fast system of getting the money. No, you should treat it just as slow and slowly growing, let's say, your account. You should not think that you should just place and whatever you make big and fast. No, it should be slow. And that's how I'm going to show you in next videos the examples of trades, how it should be really done, and this more safer way to do it. So, and also it's aggressive way of trading I was doing back in 2015. And if you look at the market conditions, as I'm saying, all these years, you always have to see at the market and what happens. And you would notice that the market is changing, of course. That's why sometimes you asking me also like my main system, the channel system, and you don't see too many channels creating now. And as I'm saying, because the conditions are changing doesn't mean the system doesn't work. It just there are no conditions for that system, and right now market is not as quiet as it was, for example, in 2015. So back then, if you would look, it was a little bit more quieter, and that's why, for example, the system worked a little bit more better back then than now. Now it's just no conditions, and the channels do not create the way they created, but we have some other different types of strategies and techniques, so that's why you have to use a combination of different strategies. That's why, for example, now I'm also less aggressive. I'm more trying to trade still more safer and not placing a bigger and riskier lot. So that's why I'm just saying to you, why would it be a smaller lot? So because many of you are asking, and that's I'm trying to answer you. So now coming back to euro dollar, and as you can see, all the levels stayed just as they were, and that's the week again we're looking at. And remember, we had a creation for the first we had a head, and we had shoulder, which created another shoulder, and then it looked like more like a double head and shoulder. And look, this is where the week finished, and we can see that if this week it's actually finished that pattern. Like, for example, for me, the pattern is finished, and all the levels are stayed. So now what I can think of what's going to happen. You see, we had a non-farm, and it was not as good as it was predicted. And so we know that the main attention is about the interest rate decision, which is supposed to be going to be in sometime in September. I think it's like 21st of September. And of course, the whole attention on the economic releases. And now, for example, the less percentage of people think that interest rate will be changed in September. Now more people think the interest rate might change in December. So now it could be not in September, but still, again, as I'm saying, it's nobody knows anything. It's never guaranteed. So, but this is what actually happened on Friday. And so with what's going to continue, what's going to happen with euro dollar, for example, you can see how much it jumped up and then it's come back. So right now it's still kind of in that up channel. Remember, this is what I draw, and I had that little tiny level, which I was telling you that needs to be, of course, adjusted. So because it was somewhere around here, so it wasn't kind of visible where the market could go. And of course, for the movement to think where it should stop, that's why I had one of the options of that level where I used these candles, the wings of these candles. And for example, if I'll go on a smaller chart, you can see that the market did use that level. You can see it's actually broke it, when it started movement, it's first it was stopped around it and broke it a little bit and didn't go too far. You see, it was trading all mostly around that level. And right now, again, you see it's broke it, then slow it down, and then on the news it went up, then come back down again. So it's again around this little level, and now it's staying below it. So of course, what I'm going to look for the opening of the week and Monday. So if there will be not any sharp movements, I will be looking for creating something around this area. So it would be maybe again a little consolidation, little channel, and that would be for me to look at and to see what's going to happen around this area. So for example, if it will be creating something and the possibility, so I see there is a room to go to the next level, it's about 50 pips, and if it will be trying to break that level again, so where it can go up, so I can try to see, for example, and use these tops. But as you can see, we have the bodies and we have the wings, and they're quite a big one. So that's in that situation, as I'm saying, it's a bit messy. So you see, the market is doesn't show again what it wants. So that's why I have it something like this, and I can try to see what if it will be trying to turn around, if it will be going and trying to break that level. But we still have this one, and just to see how far it can go. So I can draw something like this, but I think I'm not going to. I'm just leave it for now. The other thing I want to see, of course, that it might not go all the way. Maybe it had enough, and because I can draw another one, I want to leave that level because it did use it a little bit. Still, it used it, but now I have that bottom of the wing, and also I have all of these bottoms too. So that's why I do really want to draw this one just in case, as I'm saying, because we have all of these bottoms that the market might move and continue. It might be stopped by that level. So which would mean if it will be stopped by that level, for me it would show that it's still in that uptrend and in that channel, in that uptrend channel. So and it would want to turn around and try to go up again. So that's why it might not go right to this level. We had it previously from a bigger chart. You can see, why we have these levels here. So, but that's why I want to draw that one. And on a smaller chart now, if I go and see what gives me that level, how far now, I mean, it still would be a room, but a little bit low, for example, wherever it's going to happen, if it will create any consolidations, how far to that level it could be, the movement. So it's not that much room. You see, it's only about 29, 30 pips. That's what I'm saying. All of this would give me an idea later when it will create something, if I do really want to risk and go into trades like this, because it might be not enough movements, but there will be news, of course, and will be news for euro, and so that possibly it will be just a little bit slow before there is something will come out there. It needs to watch and, as I'm saying, take in mind that, of course, the news will be for euro too this week. So, but that's how I would look at it. And once again, if I will still try to draw that just to see where it can go, because if, for example, that's the start of the downtrend channel, then of course I would be thinking how it will go in the downtrend channel, how it can move. So I can see and draw, for example, something like this using these bottoms, because we do have, you see, enough candles, and of course it's possible that it will continue that way. So, but before it will continue that way, we have still these two levels to go through, and if it will go down, and we have also these two levels and possibility if it will continue in here, what's going to be next. That's why I don't want, for example, leave these levels as they are. This is just a little bit too much. I do like it a little bit more clear, but the picture is visible. So will that what's going to happen here. Will it continue? And it might stay in here before there is something happen, any news or anything happened. And of course, waiting for any patterns or channels, and to see then what to do with this. But at this moment, that's how I see. That's what it looks like for euro dollar to me. Still in that trend, so it's a downtrend, but also an uptrend on the bigger picture. You can see, yes, it's going down, but at the same time, it's an uptrend. And here it's a very tricky area, whereas I'm saying it might change the direction and might change and go now up, or it might continue and go down. So just need to wait for a little bit more confirmations, let's say. Hopefully it will create something, and that's all for now. So that's how I would leave it at that point. Okay, let's look at pound dollar now, and this is the 4-hour chart, and I'll go on the 1-hour chart. You can see a little bit closer the week we had here. You can see that was 1 week, and this is our previous, the week we just happened. So I didn't change the levels, as you remember, because when the market stopped here, it obviously did look like it broke the uptrend channel it was sitting in, but I didn't want to change anything because my thought was that pound would continue. Of course, either would go up, and we already have one level, and either would go down and we'll have another level. And you remember that on a bigger picture, it looked like a head and shoulders pattern, and that was my thought, that the pattern is going to continue, but it will not finish exactly at this bottom, for example, because we had this strong level. And that was my thought, that it will be stopped, the pound will be stopped by that level. Exactly happened just as what I expected. That's why there I didn't want to draw anything. So now you can see what happened. It went up, and again it was, you can see it was quite stopped by that level. And because right now it's a little bit slowing down here, consolidation maybe will be creating something else. And then I'll go to a bigger picture. Remember, I was telling you that on a bigger time frame, pound doesn't have exactly a trend. It's in this channel between these two levels, which I'm saying again, you can put a little bit higher that level, and this one is right on the bottom, but it also could be a little bit higher, but not principal right now. But that was the thought, that we have a consolidation, but we also have these tops, and I'm going to draw them now, because I did show them to you last time, but I didn't want to draw them because just have them in mind, but didn't want to do it because I like to leave it a little bit clear. And I told you that this does look like more whatever wedge or a little triangle, well, big triangle, because it's a bigger time frame. And you can see that this candle actually broke it, and now the one is on top of it. So why? So now I do really need this, and I'm going to tell you why. What my thought is about it. So if I'll go back to let's say 1-hour chart, and you can see what I'm thinking. So now go on the daily one. It'll be better. Again, no, not daily. A 4-hour chart. It's because now we can think that we had a smaller trend, smaller channel, that uptrend, and now you can see that we have that bottom, and I can change these levels. So let's say, for example, first I can try to take these bottoms and any of the tops, and it's not very nice. So I don't really like it that way. So that's why I'm going to take this one, and now I'm going to make it wider. So that's what I see at this point, because now we have more touches to the levels. We have these tops, you can see, and we have these beautiful bottoms, and especially that bottom, because it had this little mini up trend around this level. You can see we had this level. That's why I didn't want to remove that channel. I'm going to still leave it. And you can see how market stopped around it, created this little channel, and then went up again, which gave me an idea that yes, the pound dollar is an uptrend channel. But so now I'm thinking what's going to happen with this area, and with these levels, as I'm saying, you can put them a little bit high, a little bit low, because I'm always saying to you that levels we need for creation anything around the levels. That's what we need them for. Because market is trying to consolidate before it changes, continues or choosing the direction. And so that's right now I'm changing it to this, and of course the expectation that that movement can continue and touch that level and either turn back and go in downtrend or break and go up. And especially I like because we have another level here. Remember that main one, which could be also, you can see, because we had a top here, a little bit high here. So of course it could be a little bit go up, a little bit low, but we can see that it's very close to each other now. So of course my first thought would be it might continue and it might go there somewhere and possibly create here wherever pattern or anything, and then either turn the direction or continue uptrend. And but because here it started to slow down, you can see, and that's where we have this little level which came from a bigger time frame. And so that's what I thought also could be, that it might not continue. It might actually trying to consolidate, create any pattern around this level. That's what my thought concern. And so for example, if it will create something around here, that means it will but again, of course, if it will sit around this level when the market opens, it would look a little bit different. So roughly, let's say here, and we have space, we have about 170 pips up, and we have space about 100 pips down. So it's quite a lot of space for both directions. So again, it looks like it's kind of a little bit in the middle, but if it will turn around, then we can see that it will be going, for example, gives a little bit of the first sign of going down, and possibly, of course, breaking that level and continue the downtrend, going down. So did it have enough or not? That's the question, because you see it stopped around this level, and it did have a slow down here. So that's why that's what I'm saying, that my concern would be it's maybe had enough, and it gives a first bell of turning around and going down. So for creating of the third bottom, of course, the third bottom could be around these levels. That's what I'm going. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to leave it all, but we have that blue, dark blue level. So that's what I'm saying. It could be one of the that a big triangle. It could be one of these tops. So depends what's going to happen. So of course, if it will continue going up, I will not use this one, and it would be my original thought that it's in this channel. So it stays in the channel. It's not creating a triangle or wedge or anything like that. But that's what my thoughts right now for pound dollar. That's how I look at it at this moment. So that's why I'm leaving it as this, and I'm not going to draw anything else. So we need to see what's going to happen here. And of course, on the smaller charts, hopefully there will be some possibilities for any trades. We'll see what's going to happen. As you can see that on the smaller one, 30 minutes, very good visibility that how it created already a little channel here before the news event. Before the news event happened on Friday, it already was creating here. And the movement was wasn't huge, about 60 pips. But as I'm saying, I didn't go for any trades for non-farm. I decided to play safe a little bit and start with the new week. Hopefully it will be not very, let's say, very, very volatile or any unexpected things. We'll see what's going to happen, of course. As I'm saying, there is no non-farm next week or no FOMC or anything like this. So, right, okay, so this is what I see for a pound dollar, and we'll see what's going to continue creating here. It has enough space to go to both levels. So let's go to Australian dollar. Okay, we do have here, it's a bigger picture again, and let's go to the smaller one to see what happened again before, and the expectation, what to expect next week. So you can see it was in an uptrend, and then it changed the direction and going down, and it's again changed a bit of the direction, trying to go up. But of course, still I can see this a little down, well, good downtrend, let's say, but it didn't go too far away. You can see from that channel it didn't go far. So we had these levels ahead, and they were stopping again for it going any further. That's what you can see. This is, we had the week, and the expectations were that of course that and that levels, these levels, trading around these levels and breaking them, but you can see it did not break that week. It didn't go anywhere from these levels. So of course now it's all going to be for me, of course, what's going to happen. We have also that little one which was quite important before, as it had stops before. You can see it had stop here, and also when it did break, it slowed down the market around, and previously also it was important. So that's why that little channel again is important, and it will be news for Australian dollar, of course. That's why it could be some possibilities. Of course, I will be watching it and see what's going to happen. And so I can try again to draw that level, that channel, if I want to do it or not. We'll see. You can see, because you have this wings, it's a little bit harder to draw. Well, let's say we'll do it like this. So it's obvious. I mean, don't need to draw it because it's obvious that it's in that channel. And we have still these levels, and that's why, for example, I might not to use this one, because again we have this, and if the market will go around this area and will create something, I will be looking at these levels first. So we have here about 20 pips. I mean, it's not too much, and if it will be trying to break it, for example, if I will move it a little bit more, we can see it's not too much anyway. So like my concern would be, of course, breaking these levels, how far it will go, and we will be trying actually to get inside this channel again. So because as we remember that the same situation for American dollar is, we don't know if they're going to change the interest rate or not in September. So because the non-farm wasn't as good, and less people now think, more people now think that it might not change in September. I'm repeating it all the time, but just you will forget about this too. So that's why Australian dollar, you can see, didn't want to continue a downtrend. Drop is trying to get all the positions back, so trying to go up, but it slowed down around these levels again. So that's why I'm probably not going to use these levels once again, because I don't really need them. I mean, you can see the picture, you know, yes, it does look like, so possibly maybe it will stop, slow down. I mean, I can try to see, and of course you can see that little trend we have. So we'll see how it go, and depends on concentrating the around this level. Maybe it will be a little bit higher, and if it will be trying to break, for example, from that level to that level, I have about 80 pips, so enough space, but not much from this one. As I'm saying, we have here about 20 pips, which could be stopped, and it could slow down and consolidate around these levels. And if it will go back up, you see it's also quite narrow, only about 60 pips, and you know, it could be a little bit high, a little bit low. So not sure if I will be going for trades, I don't know, but at this moment I would look, and of course the best for me, for example, I would look at if it will continue going up or slow down a little bit around these levels, and hopefully will break and continue going down, because then you would follow the trend, and following the trend, of course, is the best, I think, view, not to trade against it, but follow it. So you flow with it, with the currency, go together. But as I'm saying, with all of this news and situations, and looking and thinking, the same Australian dollar is what? It's not in obvious big trend. You can see on a weekly chart we had a very big drop, and now it's creating the same, like a wedge or a triangle, which is quite hard to let's say decide. For example, for the bottom level, where it's going to look at, because we have a little bottom here, and for example, we have this little bottom, and I can draw the bottom of it like this. You can see now it's a bit more clear picture that it does look like a little triangle of edge. But at the same time, the market can, pick up that bottom instead, and we can see this bottom, right? And that means, for example, if it does going to continue the downtrend, so that could be stopped by that level. But if I go like on the daily one chart again, we still have a little bit space before that. We still have that level, and you can see it's in here, this level, that level, and this one next. So that's why, for example, now I'm not going to draw it, but that's the picture. That's what I see at this moment. So of course it does show that it should continue go down, but as I'm saying, it's not guaranteed, but it would be, of course, the best if that would happen. So if that little uptrend will finish around these levels and turn around, but we don't know. Who knows? Because it's uncertainty, obviously, on the market. And as I'm saying, of course, it can continue, and it can get inside back into this channel. So once again, if I will try to go back to these levels, for example, you can see as I'm saying, I don't think I'm going to leave these levels. Yeah, but you can see the downtrend. So it's going down, but as I'm saying, we still have these levels which were important. That's why I'm leaving them like this. So that's all with Australian dollar for now. We'll see how it will behave on Monday with the opening, and what it's going to do around here, around these levels. Okay, going to dollar yen. Dollar yen is, I remember again, as I was telling you, we had downtrend. It was going down, and I said it's kind of time for dollar yen to go up, and here it is, as expected. It's turned around. It's changed the direction, and of course now for us it's when it's going to finish and turn around again. So let's go on a bigger picture and see. Remember, I draw these levels because I said to you that previously we had all of this consolidation, and dollar yen decided not to continue, not have that the same, not creation little ones, but as you remember, it's always plus minus, because we had here it was going up. So for example, if I will draw that level to the top of that, it's kind of crosses around about this channel, which is the dollar yen is still using, so it still sits in that channel. So I mean, I can leave it like this, for example, or I can take it back. So that's what I'm saying, this level could be used now, for example, if it will continue go up and then turn around, so it could be again as a stopping for turning around. But right now it's not using that level, it's ignored. You see, it's broken. So that's why I'm going to remove this level, and now of course to see what's going to happen, will it actually continue and reach this, and possibility of course turning around, or it might of course break it and continue the uptrend. And we'll go on a daily chart again and see what we have here. all the problem is what I was saying to you previously too, because we had bottom here come out, and also we have these bottoms come out too from the channel. So of course my thought would be to try to adjust the channel, except the channel is quite strong in my opinion, because you can see how many bottoms it had there, and even though it's broke, it come back and consolidated around this channel in this movement again. So if I, for example, will try to move it and adjust it a bit, let's say, we still can see that it's still in that didn't reach the top. I mean, even if, for example, it will try to reach this top, it might be stopped here, here instead of a little bit higher here. You see, so that's the thing about it. So the point is, it can't choose this top, because also the now is quite important too, because it had you see how many times it touches that level. So that's why I would look at it and think that it might get to this level and could be stopped, or of course it could continue the uptrend. It could break it. So for example, if it would break it, I would think, okay, it might continue still and trying to use that level. So using Fibonacci levels, and they would help me a bit more too to see what could happen. So with the Fibonacci, you can see it has a little bit more to 61 level, but the 78 is around this border of the channel. So that's why it's kind of a little bit tricky here. It could go a little bit in turn or break, or can continue all the way and again either turn around or break. So that's the question, what to do with this. How should we leave it? I think I probably would just leave it like that, to be honest, and see, of course, the usual of any of the consolidations and patterns creation of the channels or anything. And you see, at this moment it's just going slowly, continuing the uptrend. And even the news, non-farm news not in dollar favor, is still continue the trend. So, and for example, it would be risky. I wouldn't try to see and catch that breaking that trend, you see, because we had this wing here. So can try to use this and see how far it will go and what it's going to do. At this moment, I would say it needs a little bit more to go to see if I can draw or use any of these levels for that, for dollar yen. So I think I would just leave it as it is. I'm saying, for me, for example, it's not very clear. I mean, it's going up, yes, obviously, and just not clear which area is going to choose. So that's why I would just watch and see if it will be, of course, for example, if I leave it like that, I would see, because on a bigger chart, of course, it's not creating anything, but on a smaller charts, it would have to create something. I mean, here, it's only just touched it and turned around. You can see it turned around, but come back, it had like a little, I don't know, I mean, you see on the daily one again, that's kind of like a little head and little shoulder, so it has a little bit of something to use for confirmation, let's say, of a downtrend. So it did look, and this right now it's just nothing, it's just going up, and that's the thought, to just wait and see what's going to happen next, what it's going to do. So for example, try to get into the trade now. I mean, if you are into the trade, of course it will just need to change. I would have changed the stocks, of course, to keep the position, but to get into the trade right now, I wouldn't do anything, of course, until waiting for what's going to happen. I mean, you can see here a little bit it started to the bottom of this, you can see, started to create a little bit of consolidation. Maybe it's slowing down, might continue a little bit straight, but it doesn't really prove anything right now to me. I mean, for me, I don't see anything. So let's say if it will create something around here for trying to get on a smaller chart, of course, try to get smaller trades, what we can do and see. Has a little bit. You can see the movements. It's not. It might just pick this top, which is only 24 pips. It might go down and drop a little bit, which is a bit more room, like 59, 40 pips, and possibly, or it might continue and go further. So as I'm saying, we'll see again the opening of the week, Monday. It's only about 100 pips to get to this level, so I would just see what is going to create again. So that's what I'm saying. That's how I would look at it. And so I'm going to leave the levels like this as the first point for this trend. So if it will be trying to break this level, then I'm going to move it back to where it was using these tops, the bigger tops. But right now, because it did have a few times, you see how nicely it's consolidated here and then dropped not too far, then stopped here, consolidated a little bit, dropped again, and went in here and did come out a little bit and used it here too. So as I'm saying, I'm going to leave it like this and see how much strength this yen has, dollar yen has. If it's going to have enough strength to go further, or maybe it will just get to that channel and then turn around, or break it to turn around. So we will see, but that's how I would leave it right now. As I'm saying, I mean, here on the daily chart, of course, you can have a look and try to draw that little uptrend. And here you can see that little uptrend like this. So it's going like this. And on the 4-hour chart. So it's just going up. So I'm not going to leave this because it's not very good. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to just wait for any creation, wherever anything is going to happen, and then decide what to do with. So it's not too far away from that level. So of course it could be stopped too if I would look here. I mean, I had the consolidation stopping here, but again on the weekly chart, when we had that level, that little level, you can see here too that we had a little top. That's what I'm saying. It might get stopped also here. So maybe you had enough. Maybe it will stop and maybe it will go a little bit higher. It's like this. You can see, like, we'll choose the same top. It could be. That's what I'm saying. I would leave it like this for now, and we'll just see if it will be any good opportunities, for example, for me to go into the trade this week. I don't know. I would have to see a bit further. At this moment, it's just the opportunity right now is missed. Of course, if would have to go into the trade, should have go earlier. But as I'm saying, I do not trade on August. I prefer not to trade, but I did show you in the previous videos. This is where we had that consolidation. That was the drop. That was a consolidation. I was telling you that it's time for dollar yen to change the direction, and this is where you would go. This is where I would go into the trade. So that was the opportunity. That was a good opportunity to go into this trade. So right now there is nothing like this. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why it's a waiting time, just to see and find something good. So for me, it was this area where I was telling you about in previous videos. Okay, so that's how I'm going to leave dollar yen for now. Going to dollar Canadian, and dollar Canadian had a very good movement, and I was thinking to go into the trade non-farm payroll for the news, but last moment I decided no, I'll just stay away for now and start with the quiet week, hopefully a new week in September. But a very good opportunity was, and I hope many of you did go into this trade because it was just perfect. So look at what happened. So for example, as I'm saying, for previous week, if I would go into the trades, it would be a Canadian and also gold, and I'll show you what happened there. So okay, go one hour chart again, better. You remember dollar Canadian was running around this level as expected, and then it moved here and it stopped. And what we did is I was saying to you that we had that level, and of course that level, and expectation was that we will continue to go up. And why? Because if we go on a bigger chart, we would see that was my concern, that it's going up and it will be stopped by that level. So, and it's exactly what happened. We did go to this area all the way. So that's what it did look like. And except it didn't consolidate too much. It had a little bit of slowing down here, but very smoothly, a very smooth movement was to this area as expected, and here it stopped. You can see it stopped around this area. It created consolidation, and it was obvious that dollar yen was preparing well for a news event on Friday. You can see how it slowed down here. It didn't have any sharp movements. It didn't want to break that level. It didn't want to go anywhere further because it was waiting for news, and the news gave the last word, let's say, for dollar Canadian to pick the direction after that. You see, so traders didn't want to risk just in case, and they slowed down and waited for a few days, and on Friday it dropped. So that was absolutely perfect moment to get into this trade. So now we can see it's going down. So I'm leaving all the levels again. So of course, at this moment, depends what is going to happen here. Of course, it will possibly continue going down. There will be news for Canadian dollar too this week, so need to remember about it. And of course, it might possibly will be going down quite slowly, or maybe it will consolidate it. And then if it will consolidate, then it could be a possibility to go into the trade. So for example, if it will consolidate again, it might continue the downtrend. We have about 80 pips, could be a little bit low, 100. And also it might change the direction, which will also have room about 150 pips again. So you can see it's in the middle, so it has enough room to go in any direction. So, but the main opportunity was around here, around that area, to get into this trade. So of course you can see, like on this picture, like the previous week, it was obvious picture that when it stopped here, that the first thought it was a continuing going up, or if it will create some panel or consolidate, it might go down. So it continued to go up, and now it's going down. Of course, the first thought it will continue here. And the other thing, of course, if it will continue, for example, if it will continue going down, I think I did draw a little bit on the other video to see where it can go, if it could be a little trend, like a new downtrend trend. It could be something like this. At this moment, it's not really needed for anything, because we do have this level. I mean, I can also try and, for example, I will try to take this one and see, for example, if it will break that level, what can happen. So we have possibility to move a little bit, play a little bit with the levels, and I don't think I want to do anything like this. So because we still have this one, even if it will get to that level and we'll try to break it, or try to go lower where it can go, we still have this one first. There's enough space to get to this. And would it be something good like this? Maybe, possibly, but I would think about it only after it will get to that level first. So, because I'm saying, yes, it might be in as expected in a downtrend changes. It changed it. It could be that, or it could be it might turn around. So we don't know, because as I'm saying, there will be news, and of course, when the news, they can change everything. And we have the main picture again. If we look at it, so we can see that also it's not in any trend. We had a downtrend before, and it's still like broken shoulder looking to me. And you can see that level stopped it again. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to also to draw anything around here, because it's obvious it does sit in a downtrend channel, the main picture. You can see like this, right? At the same time, it just broke that uptrend, and also we have this like a neck, like a broken neck of the head and shoulders previous. So that's why until we're still clear with what's going to happen with dollar and interest rate, and also remember election in the US, that's why if there are nothing from Canada will come out, I would think still that's the area where it's going to play around. It's not going to pick the trend until I'm saying something major would happen. I mean, anything can happen. I can't think of anything else, but at this moment, so that's the area we're still looking at. So there is no clear trend. There is nothing like here. We have a little bit trends where we can try to get some profits, and but the bigger picture, that's what I'm saying. I can try to move these levels, for example, like a little bit, which, as I'm saying, not really going to give me too much. I'm going to leave it as it is. I think it was like this a little bit, yeah. And just to see, will that be a strong level again? Is it really neck, or maybe, you know, it will be trying to break again and try to actually finish the shoulder. So we still have all these levels, as I'm saying. I'm going to leave the levels as they are, and just to see what's going to happen on a smaller chart, what's going to happen if this one try to get into the trade possibly. But I'm saying that the main one was around here. You can see how it works. So how possible, what the possibilities were. Very good possibilities. Okay, going to euro pound. Also good possibilities were for euro pound to trade. And what happened, going to 1 hour chart. This is our week, and that was the previous week. And again, remember, I didn't change the levels, and I was saying to you that I was trying to draw them different. You can see what happened now. I left the levels. What did I leave them like this? I left the levels like that. Yep, I left the levels like this. And let's go back to 1 hour again. Just turn them around. And the missed where was, yes, it was like that. It stopped around here. Yes, remember when I said to you that here we are. That's how I left it. And I didn't want to change them, just like I did change now, because it wasn't, even though it started to break here, you can see between these two levels the market stuck. And I was saying to you that it started to break here, but I needed a little bit more confirmation, consolidation, for example, to see where it's actually going to go. And it did stayed around this level. You can see how it could use this level, and finally it broke it. It's continued. Well, it's not kind of broke it, but you can see it was sitting around here. So, for example, if trying to see and avoid, what if it was just trying to, you know, like just would sit in here and might turn around, come back. But as you can see, it did quite well, sit consolidated around here, and finally picked a direction, continue going down. You can see this is what it did. It's broke it here and broke that little one, and now we can see it's in downtrend, and so that was very good opportunity. And but you can see like here it wouldn't be in time. I mean, it was a while sitting around here, but at the same, it depends what the size of account and money management you could go into, for example, this trade, but it wasn't enough even movement here, for example, to go for anything, so needed a little bit longer time to actually pick the direction. So that's why I said that channel was still here, and I said to you, if it will do, remember I was saying to you, for example, I could have moved it here, but we needed a little bit more time. Remember I said to you, I'm not going to change to here, because yes, obviously it does look like it's going down, but now I can move it. We have more candles, and now it's in that channel. So I'm going to use it like this, so you can see it's going down. So that's what I was telling you. So now it's obviously we're going down, and if we look on a down daily one, it's what it looks like. It looks like a double top. You can see it's one top and another top, not very close to each other. We had a bit of consolidation around here, but it gives the opinion that it's a double top. You know, saying it's never 100%, and it's broke the that level. So of course, the first thing is it will continue going down. So that's all. It's that easy. But will it go down? Of course, who knows? Because anything can happen. But you can see even on a weekly chart, you have one top and second top. So you have that double top, and because it's not really very straight, because I said to you that I like patterns when they're a bit more straight, like the same head and shoulders, double tops, triple tops, whatever. When they're a bit more straight, this one is not straight. It's a little bit kind of symmetrical. I mean, we do have, for example, if it will move, it can be stopped by this level, or it can continue down and stop by this level. So you can see, because that's our previous trend channel. So, and well, that's how I'm going to leave it right now, because this is the picture. I mean, of course it can turn around, anything can happen, but this moment, I mean, it might create here something or anything in the bigger chart, but at this moment it just looks like a double top to me. And yeah, that's somehow I'm going to leave it. I mean, now I don't need this because we already can see that happened. And will I leave this? I think I would leave that one for now, just to give it a little bit more time to run away from that level. I mean, you can see it's in there, but with these levels, of course, again, what can happen with the opening market? It might break it straight away and continue wherever direction it has now, or it might turn around. But of course, once again, I would wait for any consolidation. So for the best, of course, would be if it will like just slow down around here, something like that, slow down and create like a channel inside that channel, straight channel, the ones I like, more horizontal channel, for example. Then it would be for me, it would be a little bit better picture and to go into the trade, to look for trade. So, but what is going to choose? I mean, wherever, if it will consolidate also around this level, also would be a wherever it, for example, will go down a little bit here and consolidate, will have 80 to 100 pips, 80 or 100 pips movement up. Or if it will continue the downtrend, hopefully it will finish our pattern. It will go. It also has 200, but at least we'll have now 100, so we'll have 100 and 100, but up to 200 something. So let's go and see the bigger picture. What we had here. Where is that big trend come from? And that's our big trend. So as I'm saying, it's quite far, about 200 and something pips, but that's what it looks like on the picture. So we might go all the way. As I'm saying, I mean, of course, it might not be just like one big drop. Of course, it could be really slowing down and might sit a little bit in this channel and consolidations or anything. Of course, it's euro pound, so we need to watch out for news for euro and pound news. Okay, so this is how I would leave it for now. Euro pound, I mean, it was a very good opportunity to go into the trade. And now just sit and wait for any other opportunities and creating any patterns or channels. And finally, we have gold. And gold was also did exactly as expected. So remember, I told you that in the bigger picture, it would create a another bottom. That was my main thought. And exactly what happened, it did create that third bottom. It's again, it's a bit tricky here. It's either third or second bottom. It just depends, will the market actually count this as a bottom? Because if it is really a triangle going to create it, Usually I like to go for 3 bottoms or 2 or 3 bottoms or 3 tops. So if the 3 created, then usually like for example, if 3 bottoms created, then it means, and 2 tops created, then it will try to break the third top, for example, right here. If it's 3 bottoms, so my thought would be it will continue, of course, up, and of course we have quite strong level here. It might slow down around it, might continue and create the third top. So if these are 3 bottoms, then I would think it will be trying to break that top. If its market will count this as 2 bottoms, then we have only 2 tops. So my thought would be it will go here and create the third top and then turn around and will be trying to break the bottom. So that's what I'm saying here. But the first thing that's the bottom will be created, and it's exactly what happened. You can see, for example, that's why the first, this was good for a bigger trade. I mean, it's still with gold. You can see if it's it doesn't look like it's too much, but it's, you can see it's the 70-80 pips. But for example, you wouldn't go into what short, you wouldn't sell here, for example, because I wouldn't. That would be my concern, that this is the bottom, so it will not continue going down. So and you see is exactly what happened. It didn't go even though it went about 70. But I'm saying with gold, I haven't tried to trade it yet, but I was watching it for a while now, and it looks like it does work very well at the levels. And maybe possibly I will try to finally try to trade it, and on the real account. So that's what you can see what happened this week. I had a little level which I'm still think going to leave, because it does look like it uses it. We had it here, that's why I had that little level. And when the market started this week, you can see it did go down a little bit and come back, and it was actually stopped by that level. So it means it still appreciates this level. When it went down, was stopped by the main one, went up a little bit, broke it, and come back. So, for example, why would I go, of course, on that trade, seeing, oh, okay, it broke here, and then there's another candle went down, but because, of course, as I'm saying to you, when I do place the levels, I don't mean it's 100% is going to stop here. No, you see, it's plus minus, because we did have the swing here. So here's your next thing. Okay, it's breaking that, but did it break it finally? No, because we had a little wing here. That's what you have to bear in mind, and do not forget what I'm saying. And you see, that's the point. Is when you look at the weekly chart, you can see again on the weekly chart, it looks also like a little pennant, so say a little pennant. And of course, if it will not create a triangle, the thought would be that it's the downtrend, which is quite hard to draw right now, because as I'm saying, it's more straight. But you can see like this, it could be something like that, like like a little flag, and of course going down and trying to break. And if it's a flag, it will continue going up. But it's the same with triangle, just as I said. The bottom line we had, the bottom we had is expected, and if it will continue, as I'm saying, if market does look at it as it's 3 bottoms, then it's possible it will be trying to break that level. But as I'm saying, with uncertainty again, we don't know, because it does look like gold reacts quite well on American news. And as I'm saying, 21st September, will they change the rate or not? We don't know. Also the elections, and also possible interest rate, if not in September, maybe in December, and there always will be some thoughts and doubts. And so on non-farm, you can see how it was sitting around here, and actually the same as I said to you, it was a good opportunity for try to trade gold. But as I was saying, I didn't want to risk too much. So on the Canadian, it was a bit better option, and I was trading Canadian, so would be a bit safer to trade. But with gold, I never traded on real account. I have no idea how much the spread can be widened during the news event. But also, you see the gold picked up that level and was sitting and waiting for non-farm, and the main decision for where it will go next was on Friday. And you can see again how smoothly it, well, the first movement wasn't as smooth. It's like first, before the news event, it had jumped, come back, and then on the news exactly, you can see if we go from the bottom, it moved like 200 pips. So, of course, very good opportunity was to go, even if it would be a losing trade, 200 pips would cover the losses and make it. But as I'm saying, I'm not sure how wide the spread goes. So maybe this month I will try to trade on the gold in the real account and see how it behaves. But at this moment, it was just looking on that, it was very good. Could have been a very good trade, possibly. So I see 200 pips, very good movement. And that's the level. You see, if I would go for trade, that would have been the level to keep it for as a stopping. And again, it was stopped by that level. So what to do now? Again, as I'm saying now, I would just wait and see where it will continue to go. Is it because on the main pictures, I'm saying the first thing would be to go and around that level. When it happens, that possibility, it will be either trying to break it or trying to turn around. But this is a very long way, so right now it's all around here, around this area. So I'm going to look if it's going to consolidate or create anything, any patterns, because at this moment there is nothing. We had the opportunity. If I would go for it, would be opportunity here. And also, even if you look at here on this bigger time frame, 4 hour, you can see it's also a little pattern, which is also head and shoulders, but it's upside down. You can see that's the head. You see, you have one shoulder, another shoulder, and this is the neck, and it was broken. And of course, the first, it's a little pattern, and it's finished here. So it could be the finish of that pattern. And of course, here now, wherever it's going to create and go to move, just wait. You need to wait and see it now. So, but that's how I look at gold, dollar right now. Okay, so that's all for now, guys. And if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. So next week, again, going to be another analysis, and hopefully, of course, there will be opportunities for going to trade. So if I will be making any trades, I will share with you what I was doing this new week coming. So that's all for now. Bye, everyone.